Hello, hello, all. Thank you for joining us again on the Almost Brothers podcast. Hey, will you do us a favor? If this podcast has meant something to you and encouraged you, will you consider becoming a monthly supporter? You could do $3, $5, $8, or $10 a month. What this does is this helps financially support the podcast so that we can continue to put out content and help better serve you. So if you would, down in the show notes, you can click the link, support, and become a monthly member. We love you. New episode coming your way.
It's the record and go about your day. Sheesh.
Well, go ahead then.
What's up? Is that still the intro?
That's still, yes.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yes.
I haven't
It's called a catchphrase.
I haven't listened to one episode yet. Oh my gosh. Is this the confessions?
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry. I haven't
That's
had
your
time.
wife.
You have had time. You drive 20 minutes every day to work.
Oh, I pray when I drive that time. I talk to Jesus. I don't want to listen to you when I hear you every day.
I'm hoping you hear Jesus every day. What do you mean?
I do, but
That's just, man, that's messed up.
I'm gonna listen to him. It's on the agenda.
She's saving them up so she
Yeah.
can one long binge list.
Yeah.
Binge listen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Well,
Didn't you have something to catch up on last time?
no,
She's thinking about it though. Huh? No,
I didn't.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Are you caught up?
Oh, she's such a good wife.
Yes, she is.
She
How
listens.
do we believe that?
She listens
Like
to
a quiz her. Give her a pop quiz.
Oh,
dang!
snap!
I would fail.
We know you done it. You done said
You
that
failed
you
before you even got the test brought to your desk. Like you don't even get to sharpen your pencil. Like you walk into the wrong classroom. Like that's how bad it is. Oh Lord, have mercy. Are you good? What? It's so funny.
What kind? Is that y'all's intro music?
No, we just played that today just for y'all.
Just especially for you.
Oh, I like it.
Thank you. Like, how in the world is that like? We're laughing. Like, how's that alike?
Because it's like a very rock.
Leave
Like,
the
it's
Bob. Leave the Bob Ross figurine alone.
Bob Ross said it's giving off like
Happy tree vibes.
happy tree vibes,
Oh my gosh! I swear.
Motley Crue vibes.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Almost Brothers podcast. We have the wives on today. How are y'all?
Hello.
Hello, we're good.
Good. Are you
Yep.
excited for your anniversary?
Yeah.
What is it? Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yep. That
Day
is
this
awesome.
episode
17
drops.
years.
14.
14 years. 17's ours. My bad. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yep. This episode drops. It's our anniversary. Jamie will ignore another episode.
That is
I'm
that's
gonna
a
listen
busy
to
day.
this one.
That is I'm gonna listen to this. Yeah. Oh, so you listen to the one that you're on.
No,
That's not ego.
that's a
That is-
lie.
that is-
Oh Lord,
egotistical
forgive me.
at
Oh, that is
Oh, that's a
hardcore
lie.
right there.
I won't listen to this one.
Yes, you will.
No, because I sound like cornbread, and I don't listen to the ones I'm on.
Cornbread. What?
Yeah.
Like country.
She does.
She really does.
Little
And
country
it's
vibe.
worse when you really just have it directly into your ears, like I do every day of my life.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Oh, you wait till you hear K-Town Click over here.
Are you gonna bring out the gangster?
Go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
On today's episode, we're gonna be talking about. You don't even know, do you? Look at.
All
Y'all guys don't let us know stuff.
Our
We did let you
everyday
know. We
lives.
talked about it like 2 days ago.
I told you a week ago.
Do you know how much we've done in those 2 days?
Man, she's a busy, busy woman. She,
Like
and
you
she
would-
does
I-
not have time
For anything.
for anything. She's busy.
Yeah, I guess. She's real busy. Again, look at that phone, that screen
Screen
time.
time.
She's super busy.
Oh.
That's a surefire way to see what you don't do in a day.
Right. Like, I feel bad. Like 6 hours of
6 hours
screen
and
time. I
28
feel
minutes.
bad. Yeah. And that's mine. And I'm not on my phone very often.
I do like
I bet you're
a
pushing.
billion reports.
I bet you're putting.
a day.
Billion.
No, you do not. There's not a,
Yes,
you have
I
to
do.
do like 100,000 a second. Like,
Math.
yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. You do not do that.
Can we call up some coworkers of mine?
Yes, please. We will do that. We'll do another just call up random people in our phone.
So you have people that will lie for you. That's pretty cool. I think that's awesome.
Just
I
at the
train
drop
'em.
at the drop of a
I
hat.
train- they-
You did train all
I
of
know.
them.
I know. They let me
Just
train
gonna-
them.
Like, man, once you get that nameplate, you changed.
Dang. Yeah, I did.
Oh, so how's everybody? It's been a while since both of y'all have been on. So how's everything been going in your lives?
Great.
Tony the Tiger
Mystery.
says.
Just great.
Great.
Thank you for that. That was fantastic.
I
That
don't
was
know.
just, man, awesome job. Good content there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, good content. Bunny, how about you? You just let us know what's
Living
been going
life
on.
just every day. I'm a teacher now.
I know, it's crazy.
She's molding young minds.
They let
Oh my gosh, I was
anybody
about to say
teach
that.
now. Like, oh my gosh.
That's just a certificate. Isn't it?
You liking it?
Yep, I do. I really do.
That's what's up. Dexter Bearcat.
Dexter Bearcat.
I'm so sorry.
She works with special needs, so it's a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's
Makes me
up.
feel really good. Is the other day, one of our kids was sick, and I was upstairs waiting for the buses to come in, and he kept asking, "Where's Jennifer? When's Miss Jennifer coming? Where's Miss Jennifer?"
Aw,
Yeah, so-
that's so sweet. And then,
Makes you feel
was this the same one that was doing like the jokes?
No, that's a
Oh,
different
okay.
one.
That
Then
is
we
so
have
funny.
one that tells jokes all the time. So, yeah, I wrote down some jokes.
That is
Tell us
so
one
funny.
now.
Oh, why do cows wear bells?
I don't know.
Because their horns don't work.
Oh, that's fun. What was the other one?
Trees.
That
something.
she
Yeah, the
Sounds-
trees. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Do trees poop?
Yeah.
Of course they do. How do you get number 2 pencils?
Mm-hmm. Oh my Lord.
More. You what? Oh, what?
That button.
Well, at least hers are somewhat funny. You get richer, and it's
Birds.
just.
I'm right here, like
Oh.
right in front of you.
My bad. I'm sorry. I thought. Is this not a trust circle? Like I don't know what.
No,
Oh, okay.
that bubble's burst.
Dang.
That bubble burst when your wife doesn't listen to the podcast. That just goes
That's
out the
messed
window.
up,
That's
right
when
there.
it bursts.
That's
That's
it.
messed up.
Oh,
I don't even
I'll
know.
listen to it. I'm charging my AirPods right now as we speak at work, so I can listen to
This
this.
is the third, fourth episode.
Like, how long does it take to charge AirPods?
I charge them over the weekend, so I can
3.5
listen all day
weeks.
tomorrow.
They've been charging, man. I'm telling you, they're on a trickle charge. It's going to take a while. It's going to take a gosh
A trickle
I
charge.
will
Right.
listen to them tomorrow.
charge.
I'm
one-
just impressed that you
Maybe.
know what a trickle charge
That's right.
is.
That's right. That's just
manly stuff right there.
It's just from kind of knowing phones and stuff like that. So
Good job, Mike.
I'm pretty manly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, let's get to the actual episode. Lord have mercy, I help y'all. Oh gosh. So we're gonna be talking about just being married to the ministry. He's talking about just struggles or things that y'all have seen as women that maybe we haven't seen, or just kind of get y'all's perspective on being in the ministry and kind of where we're married, but also it's such big parts of our lives are the ministry and being there and doing things for the church and doing things for other people, stuff like that, and how that affects kind of y'all's everyday life. I know we've had our own struggles with kind of balancing those things and putting those things into perspective of family first, or God first, family second, ministry third. And just trying to make sure that we keep those things in a line with each other and not get things out of order, because especially in ministry, you can get those things out of whack so fast.
Yeah.
So what do y'all think is some things that y'all have seen that maybe can be looked at and figured out better, or things that maybe that y'all really love about it?
I think for me, you being like pastor, or just being in the leadership in general, because this isn't the first time you've been a leader of a church, but you've been a youth pastor. Well, we've been youth pastors several years, and now we're kind of, we stepped out and we planted our own church. But I always see, whether it be youth, I guess now kind of seeing with an older congregation maybe, is that people tend to put you up on a pedestal.
Yeah.
Because you're the pastor. And, I can always I don't know how to say this, not discern it, but I don't know. It's not bad to put your pastor up on a pedestal, because they're a leader, but also I don't want them to get hurt.
Right.
Because as much as you can be up there saying, I mess up too, I'm not perfect, it's still people seeing, one, your confidence. You're bold enough to stand up there and people are like, oh my gosh, I love that. Like, he is just so on fire and he's bold enough to stand up there and he's bold enough to pray over me and he's saying all the right things, when really it's not. It's Jesus. It's what you've went through. It's him working in your lives. We're just a vessel. So I think that gets really, I don't know, kind of the side of it that you kind of see and you're like, oh, I don't want it to go that way.
Right.
But it's not a bad thing also, because you are, you're the leader, you're leading us when we have struggles, we're supposed to go to our pastor, if we're going through stuff, we're supposed to go to you and,
I think
just not feel like shame.
Just making sure you have realistic expectations.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like you could look up to somebody as a pastor or a speaker or, just somebody you look up to, even if it's outside of the ministry. But you just got to realize, like, I manage my expectations for this person, because we all fall short. Like, we are going to mess up. So I think once you manage your expectations, it's easy to give those people grace, because you realize, oh yeah, they're human. Like, it's all good. I understand that, they're going to mess up. So that's what we try to do. I mean, all of us as leaders at the church try to make people realize, like, look, we're all broken. Like, I'm as broken as anybody. That's what Paul says. I'm the chief sinner. I'm the worst of the worst. So to be able to try to manage people's expectations in that way, like, I've just been blessed to be able to bring out God's word in a way that's tangible for people, but I'm still just as broken as the next person.
Right.
I know that, a lot of times when people put their pastors up on a pedestal, they tend to, when that pastor messes up, they want to blame God and walk away from the church.
Yeah.
And that's because you're following the pastor, not
Right.
God.
Right. And yeah, you just have an expectation of that man or woman that's just like, oh, they're always going to make the right move and they're always going to know what to say and they're always going to know what to do. And it's just, it's a level and a bar that nobody can ever live up to.
Yeah.
Ever. It's just like, I mean, we've all seen it happen, is where people just get so hurt, which rightfully, some people, like, they really just really mess up, like really, really mess up. But you got people that'll get hurt and get, their feelings hurt over the smallest, like, he didn't hug me. He didn't say hi to me this morning.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he was, busy doing all this other stuff. So it's like, just to manage that and to realize it's just a person, especially in a leadership role like that, where you're very visible, just to realize, like, hey, they're just a human. Like,
Yeah.
I know I've had youth get mad at me because I couldn't get back to them on the phone when, like, we're having movie night or family night with the family, and they're mad at me because, oh, you didn't text me back. If I've texted you 2 hours ago and you never text me back. It's like, well, I have a family too. I have a job. I have other things going on. It's
Right.
like, I can't just be on standby all the time. That's part of my job, but sometimes I've got other things going on. So, what have you noticed? I know Richard's been in ministry for a while now. What do you see, just kind of in y'all's life, not only as a couple, but also you see from the outside, just kind of watching him in ministry?
He's taught our family, more about God and how to live as a godly family, not like we did in our past. So that's the big thing. The changing our kids, that's another. We, of course, everybody knows we do fostering and, just loving on them and bring. Sometimes some of those have never even walked into a church, more or less heard their name God, just showing them the love. And that kind of thing. That's the big thing.
I love seeing y'all's kids like go down the altar. They were there tonight. It's so awesome.
Yeah.
I got a
Sweet.
picture of Zane and Emma both playing for Richard when he was at the altar.
Yeah,
tonight, so.
that's so awesome. So do you see like a big difference in just kind of even how your older kids, were raised? I know that's what one day it just like really hit me with our kids is it was when Bubby was a lot younger, and Bubby's never been afraid to like go down to the altar, right? So seeing him up, I think he may have been like 2 or 3 years old up at the altar. And it's like, I've got my kid up at the altar and grabbing a Bible at home when a few years ago he was grabbing up my beer bottle I had on the end table.
Right.
And it's cool to see that. You see that in your kids just like excited to go to church.
Yeah,
And
all the little ones, they're totally different. And even our bigger ones, like, if we have a mess up or, something, we all fail. And, if we do something in front of them, they're the first ones. Oh, you're not supposed to do that. Oh my God, what are you doing? And, and Tristan, he's number one. He'll catch us every time.
Yeah.
Anytime. If we mess up, it don't matter if we mess up once a year. He is always right there the second we mess up.
Yeah.
And picking us up. And that's totally different from where it was before.
That's so awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Cause I knew he was kind of a problem as younger, right?
Yeah. He I don't really know how to explain. I guess he kind of blamed me for his mom not being around, maybe.
Yeah.
As much like she was supposed to be and that kind of thing. And I think that's kind of what he was doing, is taking it out on me as a stepmom.
Yeah.
But he's apologized since he's grown up and kind of realized, that I didn't have to be there. I was there because I wanted to be.
Right.
And he's apologized and, and told me he loves me, and he's glad I'm home, glad I'm his mom and, that kind of thing. So I'm glad I took the abuse and not walked out.
Right. And I just gave up.
Yeah.
Man, he's such an awesome kid, man.
Yeah, he is.
Most of the time.
Most of oh Lord. Hopefully he doesn't hear this. Lord, he's got a big enough head as it is.
Right.
No, but he does. He is a very encouraging, and he's one that really took a hold of God in his life and really is, kind of fighting that and really, trying to hold strong to that. I know he's talking about him and his girlfriend maybe getting married down the line and stuff like. I mean, he's really, really come a long way. Just in a few years that we've known him, just watching his relationship with God it's just awesome.
Yeah, he told me the other day that, as an 18, 19-year-old kid, you don't think the way he does unless you have God in your life. But he was telling me that, him and his girlfriend would like to, live together at some point before they got out of college. And he said, but I can't do that unless we get married. And I'm like, yeah,
right.
You're right. I said, that's very mature and,
Right.
and so cool to hear him say stuff like that.
Yeah. Or even, him at Simon, he's like, you go to church, as a 16-year-old, your parents go to church, you almost go because they go, right. But like when he's in college and he's doing Bible studies, and he's going to church on Sunday and he's doing these things like voluntarily.
Yeah.
I remember just sitting down at Buffalo Wild Wings. He was like, yeah, I feel closer to God now than I ever have. It's like, that's awesome because you're choosing to do that,
Right.
As opposed to, just going because it's something to do or whatever. So he's just awesome, man. That's a cool kid. And I know that's always the fear in me is that, we're always at a church, always doing something. I'm always scared that the kids are going to get resistant against it and kind of look at that and like, oh, we're never home, or I want to be at home. And they kind of resent the church instead of find it as something. But it seems like our kids, like they really take that on as a badge of honor. Like they love, like, we're going to church. Oh, cool. Okay. Let's go. And they kind of, enjoy being up there and enjoy having a part of it. Is that same kind of in y'all's household? They like enjoy it. I know with Adriana, sometimes I know it's kind of,
Well, and even she's made leaps and bounds.
I was going to say that the other day. Yes.
Yeah,
I mean,
She has.
she's taking notes during your sermons on Sunday mornings on her phone because I have to catch myself because I look over, I see her on her phone, and she's on the Bible app. She's taking notes. And it's just an amazing transformation that we've seen in just the last couple months.
Yeah.
And she's awesome. I mean, she'll jump in. She's babysitting right now while we're doing this.
Yeah.
While we're doing this episode, she'll babysit anytime we ask her to. She doesn't ask for anything extra for that. And she's a good kid, man.
Awesome.
She's gonna be good.
I love seeing that. When you said, she kind of broke through and, said, I love you. And,
Yeah, she calls us mom and dad now.
So awesome.
Yeah,
That is awesome.
Yeah.
it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. And, especially being a teenager and being in that foster care for so long, you've got all your guards up, so to see her finally let that down and kind of let y'all in is showing that y'all's making a huge impact on her life. And, those are usually the ones, that it takes so long and it's like, oh my gosh, is God working on him? Is God working on him? And then all of a sudden you see this breakthrough and it's like, oh wow, like, such a huge change in their life. It's like, I never would have thought. I mean, I was that, I was the one that was sitting in the very back at church camp and not have anything to do with anything. And then just God take a hold of my life. It was like, oh my goodness. And then now I'm up front and, I'm in the, started in the back, had my arms crossed, just like I am not taking part of this. I'm going to sit back here and I am not going to do anything.
Take that.
Take that. To the first one running to the altar. I remember one year, the camp photographer, it was the worst job. I mean, I'm snotting and crying everywhere and I'm just like, oh God. And there's just like, choo-choo. So the very last day, they're going through all the pictures on the big screen. It's like comes up to me. I'm just like, like everywhere. I'm like, oh.
I need this picture.
I'm not gonna lie.
I need it.
I had a picture saved up on the screen, waiting to put up for you to get done talking, and I didn't get a chance to
What
put it
was
up
it?
there. I'm not gonna tell you.
That's for the next time.
Great. Now I got to go through your phone. Find it, delete it.
I can't remember. Oh, it was the one where I think you and Denny were like FaceTiming, and she like did the corn, and you had the mustache.
How did you get that?
I'll never tell.
Oh gosh, probably Denise.
So when we were talking about eating, we were like, all right, next door we're gonna go have food, and I was gonna be like, is it corn? And then put that picture up. But I didn't get a chance to.
That is not a I love you look. That
It's not at all.
shooting you right now.
It is not at all. Man, I don't like that. That's like Mom when we were in our meeting. She's just like, geez Louise, calm down. Love you, Mama.
was
She
not
does
responding.
listen.
Oh, of course she does. Because your mama's little boy.
All right, well, that's been a good episode. I'll see. She's going to call you as soon as she hears this. Jamie Danielle.
I'm not lying.
She called me the other day and she listened to the other episode and she's like, so you win the lottery, you're going to move to Sitka, Alaska, huh?
Yeah. It's like, what? Oh.
She's the number one fan.
Yep. I think it was like 7 a.m. too, wasn't it? It was early.
It was early, yeah.
I think she goes out and sits on her porch and has coffee and
You mean she makes time to listen to the
Exactly. It's crazy.
podcast? Wow.
yeah. Interesting.
It's crazy.
I'm going to listen. All right. Dang.
Yeah. Yeah. So do y'all, my next question I wanted to have for y'all, do y'all find yourself, I know the answer for you because, I mean, tonight proved it. Do y'all find yourself almost being, I don't want to say pushed, but almost being driven, seeing the ministry and seeing lives change to step out of your comfort zone and do things in ministry that you would have never done?
Pushed 100%. 1,000%.
Yeah.
It's a lot of percent.
That's
1,000.
is it 100 or 1,000? I feel like there's a
1,000
lot of
billion.
numbers in between that.
One infinity zeros percent. Yes.
Elaborate.
Well, just because I don't know. Because I guess you've always been a preacher, pastor, speaker. I mean, and we all know that's your calling, clearly. I mean, if you just sit in one sermon, that's your calling because it just comes so natural to you. But, it don't come so natural for me. But I feel like people are looking at me like, oh, well, she's got to be a good speaker, to be with him. Because she's been married to him for 1 billion years.
Okay.
They don't understand that
Okay,
you
not a
don't
billion.
speak because
Right.
he speaks all the time.
Right. Right. But I'm I don't know. Like, yes, I can speak. I clearly read the Bible, because some people are probably like, well, like, she never speaks. So does she read the Bible, or is she even spiritual, or does she believe the same as he? Like, I've been asked all these questions before, being looked at under him. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, they don't know me at all. So am I not putting myself out there as much as he is, or am I holding back too much because I'm getting asked all this? So it's definitely pressure and pushed, I would say. And it's not ever like, I don't want to speak, or I don't feel like, yes, I could probably get up there and preach. It won't be as bold as you maybe, or as natural, because that's not always, like, I don't think that's my calling.
Right. Right.
So
And that's the thing, is you never want to compare yourself to that.
Right.
Because that, that may not be, what you're about. There's a lot of things that I'm not good at that you are great at.
Yeah.
That's the whole point, is that we, you work off of each other and
Yeah.
things like that. But it was just amazing watching you tonight, because a year ago you would have never got up there.
Yeah, I know. And I still don't have the desire and God saying, get up there and preach. Like, I don't have that.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I don't, unless God calls me to it, then it's not my calling right now.
Yeah.
I mean, if you need me to get up there and, pray over this person or pray for somebody, like, absolutely, I would never say no to that. But just to get up there and really dive into the meat, and to really pull it out of scripture and say what it means, and you just articulate, like, with words what scripture is. It's just, you can definitely see that's your calling.
Well, I'm exactly the same way. And people don't understand that there are different types of ministry than just preaching.
Right.
I'm called to teach.
Yeah.
And I figured that out when I taught a class.
Right.
That's
so good.
Thank you. That's what God wants me to do.
Right.
To sit down and dissect a lesson and present it. That's what I can do. If I preach like Mike, I would be winded. One person, I'd be
So
like,
funny.
point number 2 is, hang on.
Right.
We'll get to it. That's so funny.
There's no, because he moves constantly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's great to watch. It really is. That is your calling, but not everybody has that calling. And,
Right.
and when you start comparing that, it's apples to oranges. It's a
Yeah.
totally different calling. It's a totally different thing, and people cannot do that to themselves, because you're setting yourself up for failure
Right.
if you do.
Right.
You're going to disappoint yourself if you
Right.
think, well, he can do it, I can do it.
Right.
No, you can't.
Right.
Right. Triangle
just-
peg in a round hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the fact that he does it without notes,
Yeah.
I'm out.
I'm out. I'm out.
I got
I'm
Ninja
out.
Sketch brain.
Right.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
But
again,
yeah,
I mean, it's just, it's once you and you can almost feel it. Like when you step into that calling, it's just like, okay, this is where, this is where I'm meant to be, and others will see it on, like, when you taught that class, like, yeah, like this is him, like he's in his element,
Right.
so, I think just finding that niche and that calling that God has on your
Yeah.
life, because you'll step into that and it'll just fit perfect.
Yeah.
Cinderella in the slipper.
Yeah.
It was a slipper, right?
Glass
Yeah,
slipper.
Croc.
Yes.
Croc in
not a croc.
2023. No.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. So what about you? Do you feel kind of that pressure or?
Yeah. I haven't even talked to Richard about this, but today was one of my very first times being out in service
Yeah.
since we opened Remnant.
Yeah.
And totally opened up all kinds of things going on.
Yeah.
And I've got lots of ideas and visions.
Oh,
and,
wow.
And
That's
I
cool.
just, it was
Oh,
a
we're going
totally
to talk now.
totally
Oh.
different experience today
Yeah.
than it has been. I've
That's
been doing
awesome.
the words in the office, and I love doing that too. I do. But today it was just wow.
Yeah.
It was just very eye opening.
Wow.
So
Good.
I've got lots of stuff to dissect.
That
and
is
figure
awesome.
Out. So
That's cool.
Awesome.
I love that.
Yeah. And that's what, that's cool. Cause you can't, you're a part of the service, but you almost feel disconnected because it's like, just focus on, getting the work done or, and I think that is a big thing that we can allow ourselves to kind of go past where, God has intended us to go in just focusing so much on ministry, pouring out. And it's like, sometimes we need to get refilled. We
Right.
need a refreshing. And that's the hardest thing about like being in the ministry is finding that time to, hey, I've got to refill myself. I've got to really feed myself. So
You start to
that's
feel
awesome.
You start to feel selfish.
Yeah.
If you, I do. If I serve, and I'm like, I just need a break.
Right.
And now
Right.
you feel like guilty for taking a break.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's not the way it should be either. And that's what I love about our quote unquote crew at Remnant
Yeah,
Ministry
the crew.
is, there's lots of us
Yeah.
to back each other up and help each other. And it's truly a family. It's a real church family.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing, amazing experience.
Oh, it's awesome. Just at our meeting today and just seeing everybody putting their input in and working off of each other and ideas and laughing. It's really awesome. It's something special. And I'm just so stoked to have everybody around. And that's what me and Sean were talking about when everybody went home after service this morning. It's just how we're all so different. It's crazy just how different every single person is. And that we all it's like God just put us all different puzzle pieces together to play off of each other. And what you're strong at, I'm weak at. What I'm weak at, you're strong at. And it's just everybody. It's like, you look around the room, it's just like none of us are alike. Not a single two of us. What, really?
English.
None of us two are the same. We all have different personalities and different strengths, and it's just really cool to be a part of, because I think that a lot of times you kind of migrate to people that are just like you. So to see a bunch of different people come together and like, hey, we're going this same direction is really cool, and I think it's really, really special.
Jennifer was concerned about bringing up a couple of things because she didn't want to upset people, but everything was taken the way it was supposed to. It was like, hey, this is something that needs to be changed.
Yep.
And okay, we'll change it. It wasn't, wow, I can't believe you said that.
Right.
Right.
That's where that growth comes from. Is that friction that, hey, this is a problem, let's fix it.
Yeah.
Cool. Because when you get in the midst of battle, we've battled together. We've butted heads, but we've made it through it. We can make it through this.
Absolutely.
Some of the best friendships have had some of the worst fights. And it's like, you make it through it. Some of the best marriages have had the worst fights, and you make it through it, and you're stronger on the other side. So, that's what we think. We always think conflict is such a bad thing, but with conflict, there's growth. There can't be growth without conflict.
Right.
It can't. That's what coaches say all the time. You learn more from a loss than you do a win. Why? Because it forces you to change, forces you to look at what didn't work and change. If you're winning, you're like, oh, cool, we won. You don't really think about it. It's like, cool, that worked. Let's keep doing that. If you lose, you have to look at each individual thing. What was it that we need to change and fix? So, being able to look at it like that and say, hey, here's some stuff that I see that needs to be fixed and needs to be worked on. It's like, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So that's just awesome to have. I know one thing, and I know this goes for Richard as well, but just having y'all's support, I think that goes unsaid too many times and unseen too many times. The nights where maybe we're up there on a random Tuesday afternoon and y'all are at home getting dinner ready or getting the kids or like dealing with stuff beyond that. Like, people don't realize that goes together.
Yeah.
Like, you can't have one without the other. We can't be up at the church, hanging stuff up or moving chairs or doing stuff that needs to be done at the church if we didn't have that support, if we didn't have that seal of approval from y'all to, hey, cool, we understand stuff's got to get done, stuff like that. So I think that goes unsaid a lot.
That is just absolutely hilarious, because I was just sitting here thinking, that's what I was fixing to say, was thanking them. Thank you, y'all both, because that is another side of ministry that people don't see is, you guys at home taking care of the kids to allow that stuff to happen.
Right.
That nobody sees.
Yeah.
So thank y'all for that. And that's a calling in and of itself.
Right. Yeah. Or even just, checking us like, hey, you're spending a lot of time up there.
Right.
Like, let's have some family time.
Yep.
All right. Yep. Because, sometimes you get so tunnel vision, and it's a good thing, it's not bad, but you get so tunnel vision that you don't even realize it. And it's like, oh, 8 hours has gone by and I've been up here on a Saturday and I haven't even been home yet. It's like, oh crap, I need to do that. That's what today felt like. Being
Yeah. And we get together and we start talking about, vision for the church. And it's just like, we just keep going.
Yeah.
And it's like 2 hours later, it's like, I probably need to go home.
like, oh crap. Yeah.
Y'all
And
really don't want to just admit it.
And then it's like,
Not true.
right. Well, it's just when you see a life change, it does something on the inside of you. Like it really does. So it becomes something that you become almost obsessed with. It's like, man, this person has completely changed their life around for Christ. And it becomes something where you just crave that. So it's like, what can we do to have that again next week? What can we do to touch somebody else, to have somebody else's life change? So it becomes a thing where you're almost obsessed with it, where you're like, what can we do? What can we do? What is something that we can do? Like, who are we missing? Who are we allowing to fall through the cracks? Who needs met that's not getting met? Like what can we do? So it becomes something to where you're just constantly thinking about it, and constantly it's on your heart and on your mind. Sometimes it's hard for me, it's very, very difficult to shut off. It's next to impossible. I mean, it's just something until I'm asleep, I'm just thinking about it. Yeah. It's just something, because that's who Jesus was. That he would go out of his way. Like, what can I do? Who can I reach? How can I go and reach that person that needs me? And it's like, how can I reach that person that needs him? Like, what can I do?
Yeah.
But sometimes it gets cross that line. Again, when you put that before.
I could see you like that.
You what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, that's just part of it. But it's just that again, that balancing of the first ministry is your home.
Yes.
And realizing that, like, because we can chase so hard after that lost soul that we're losing our family.
Yeah.
And that's not what God wants. So what else y'all got on your heart?
I think it's easier. We're still kind of small-ish. And I don't know, that was kind of talked about today is, we don't want to say, oh, I'll miss the small, because we're going to eventually get bigger. And we're witnessing it today, and that's awesome and everything. But I think for me, I don't know about her, but for me, I don't mind it that you're up there, I guess, because maybe we've been in it for so long. I mean, it was different when you were, going to Dexter, and then I had to work, and then sometimes I would meet you up there, and then would get home at like 8, and it's like, we haven't even fed our kids.
Yeah.
But being in Malden in the same town, and we're still kind of small, and we're still kind of learning, and we're getting things together, I know what we kind of took on planning a church.
Yeah.
Because we've witnessed it. We witnessed the hard work. We've witnessed what it takes. We've witnessed, other families in ministry struggling. We've witnessed our priorities being out of whack and getting them back together. So for me now, I don't really mind it, because I mean, we all have full-time jobs, but like my job is my calling right now. Like, of course the church is also, like, that's us. Like, we planted that church, so it's us, but my calling is, like, of course, my kids and y'all and my job, because that's where I reach people at, is my job.
Yeah.
So, I don't mind it, because I know there's work to be done up there.
Yeah.
I know it's, as soon as I get off work, I know it's either, okay, what does the church need?
Yeah.
So, like, that's my second thought, and I know you always, there's work to be done. So I don't ever want to slack on that.
Well, and I think,
or be selfish.
Right. Well, I think being in it for so long, you learn how to do it together instead of trying to do it one person doing it. So it's a lot more, instead of me just going and like, hey, I've got to go get this done. It'll be, hey, what do you think about this? Hey, do you want to come up here? Hey, what are you thinking? Hey, what are you feeling? Hey, this is what I'm thinking about doing. What do you think? Yeah. Instead of doing it, all right, I'm going to go and do it. It's like, let's do it together.
Right.
So.
And it's a learning experience, because I know with some pastors, preachers in Malden, like, some of them have been doing this for 30, 40 years. And I don't know, I know they've went through the trials and the struggles and all that. So it's almost like, okay, I know we're going to have it, so just bring it on.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm still like, okay, well, this is changing people's lives. Like we get to tell people about Jesus.
Yeah.
We get to make it our own ministry in our own way, with our group. So,
And me and Jennifer had the conversation when I first got ordained. When I was even called, we talked about how our lives would change,
yeah.
when this happened. And then we had that conversation again when we were talking about remnant. So how do you think that has gone in that direction with that balance, I guess?
It's fine. I know, like Jamie, I know that things have to be done. I know that, that you have to give to get,
Yeah.
pretty much. And that's kind of the way I look at it. Sometimes I want you home, but again, it has to be done. So just like the kids have to be fed, the kids have to be bathed, that's what I do.
Yeah.
So, that's my job. That's my ministry. When he's at the church working, that's what I'm doing. I'm at home, caring for our family and doing what he's not home to do,
Yeah.
So.
Amen.
I know one thing I like that y'all do, like on Wednesdays, when the words are getting put in or when we have practice, y'all like make that a date night.
Oh,
almost,
it's been amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I mean,
That's
it's
cool.
become one of my favorite nights of the week.
Yeah.
Because we get off work and we get to hang out. It's just a meal and going up there for practice, but it's my favorite night of the week.
That's
I love
cool.
it. It's just to have that one meal
Yep.
where we don't have somebody tugging on our shirt. Hey,
Yep.
we need this, we need that. It's been amazing.
Yep. And that's, I think that's kind of one of the keys to it is to find that while you're doing ministry, find those moments where you could say, hey, let's do this together. Let's
Right.
find a moment to, even though we're doing this and you're still working at the church, you're doing it together. So it almost feels like, oh, this is a day, for us to be able to do it together. That's how our Thursdays are, but we're not up at the church. But I know our Thursdays usually have nothing. So I'm always pumped on Thursday where I can just go home. I know we're eating. We can hang out, watch some One Tree Hill. What are we on? Season 6.
For the 1,000th time?
So good.
Yes.
Oh, I cried the other day.
You know
You
it's
cry
coming.
a lot.
I know
Like,
it's
you
com-
cry a
I know.
lot.
Lately, yes. Like,
That's why you haven't opened them tools. Because you cry all the time.
what?
I'm a man.
Wait, if he's crying a lot, he's crying more than what I'm seeing because he's telling you.
Why do I feel judged right now?
Wait,
I
what's
don't
he
like how
crying to
this.
you about?
I don't
He
like
don't
how
cry
this
to
is
me.
going.
He just tells me about it.
Oh,
We talk more than y'all do.
I know.
They talk more than us. We talk.
I know.
They need a date night themselves.
I know.
Hey, I'm down.
Man,
When can we do that?
watch Avatar?
Yes.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Like, I don't mind that y'all are at the church because I'm like, freedom reigns in this place.
I actually get to touch the remote when he's gone.
You better quit touching my remote when
Hallelujah.
I'm not there. Start taking it with me.
This is unfortunate. This is taking a turn for the worse.
Oh,
Wait,
my
do you need him to
gosh.
go back to the church? I just thought of something I need to watch.
I thought of a show I really want to watch.
Oh,
I think
snap.
there's something that needs it snapped.
Snap, yeah. Yeah.
Darn diddy darn darn.
Buried in the backyard.
She's all about that buried in the backyard.
It's crazy. man.
She's done watched all the Hoarders that was on there.
That is just boring to me. I can't
terrible
watch
show.
that. Like
It's disgusting.
any show where it's like almost exactly the same thing every episode. Like I cannot watch
That
it.
makes me want to throw everything in my house away.
Yeah.
The first 48 she watches, and I hate it because when you get to the end, it's like, yeah, they're still waiting for trial. Like, There's no end.
Right.
What is going
Yeah,
on?
they're awaiting a trial. It's like
He won't watch Buried in the Backyard with me either. And there's an end to
there is an
every one
end
of
to
them.
it. Yeah,
Because
there's
they
an end
have
to
actual crime scene photos and she wants to watch at supper time.
those. Yeah, like I can't
They
watch
found
this.
her severed head.
What is the her fingers are cut off. Her eyes are cut off.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You're going to have to edit all this out for the
It's,
religious people
It's not. Yeah.
Can't eat
I'm
nothing.
sorry. Yeah.
eating spaghetti.
Yes.
Well, I like wondering how people like that, like how their brain works. It's like
Which show?
The,
All of them.
all of the above. No, just like I because you almost wonder, like, these people are sick.
Obviously.
Clearly there's something wrong with them, so it's like I know it's almost like, God, if they're sick and there's something wrong with them and they can't help it, like, what do you feel about it? It's like, it's almost like you feel for these crazy people.
Yeah.
Your heart almost goes out to them, like, man, like, if only they maybe had somebody that loved them. If only maybe there was just that one moment where there was a fork in the road and they went one way when they could have went the other, and you kind of your heart goes out to them. And I know there's a few of them that I've seen that like are in jail. I'm like, man, I would love to be a person that can go and like weekly and talk to them and just be there for them and be like, hey, you did some bad stuff, but there's still hope for you. There's still breath in your lungs.
Yeah.
Like God still has a plan for your life. Like you don't have to just sit in here and rot. Like, yes, you need to pay for what you did, but God loves you,
Yeah.
and it's like, man, I wish I could go. I mean, there's people like I've looked up like where they're at. Like, man, if I could just get over there and get just be able to sit down with them and just, speak life into them, because they probably don't even get that.
Right.
It's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you did this. Like, yeah, it was bad, but God still loves them.
Yeah.
God still wants a relationship with them.
I think there's a lot of, I've seen this year, a lot of ministries that have started going behind
jail ministries and stuff.
Yeah. What is it? It's one like really, really popular like website or social media thing. It's called God Behind Bars.
Yeah.
And they just all get together and, it's these prisoners that are preachers now and they're preaching the word, and then they'll get like, like Maverick City in there and just sing to them or, speak life into them.
really
What
cool.
a testimony, though.
Yeah.
To come from, to be in prison and have killed somebody, whatever the crime may be, and then just to see God change that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And say, look at me now.
Right.
What an amazing testimony
Yeah.
of what God can do.
I've watched some of them and it just brings you to tears. I mean, just like instantly like tears, because they're just so open with what they done.
Yeah.
And they're just like, well, I'm different now.
Right.
God's changed my life and I know I've done wrong and I've apologized for what I've done. And now I'm just, I'm ordained and I'm preaching and I'm reaching out to my family and it's just awesome seeing that.
Well, it drives me crazy. You'll see, these religious people that, oh no, they've done this and they've done that. It's like, you realize that the book that we believe is God ordained and coming straight from God was, a large part of that was written by a murderer, right?
Yeah.
That had his life transformed when he met God.
Yeah.
Like, we do realize that, right? But
Yeah.
yet, they did this. Like, they can't preach the word.
Right.
They can't do that. They can't. It's like, yeah. When they have a true encounter with the living God, like everything changes.
And that was my main prayer, because my sister is currently in prison.
Yeah.
She was responsible for somebody's death. So that was my prayer. Just have somebody that she encounters that will draw her to God.
Yeah.
Just God meet her there.
Right. And he can.
Yeah, he absolutely can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I always think of like family members that we try so hard to get to. Like maybe you've, prayed for your sister, prayed over your sister, spoke life into her, said, well, this is what the Bible says or something like that. And she still hasn't like changed. And you're like, what? Like maybe we're not the ones to reach them.
Right.
Like I always think about that. I've reached out to my parents. I've reached out to my other family members and just been like, hey, you want to come to church? Or like, hey, I'm praying for you. Or, hey, I've spoke life into you over this situation. It's going to be all right. Like God is here for you. Like lean on him, and just nothing. But then it'll take one person to just, say the same thing I said.
That's what I was about to say.
Pray over them.
Yep.
Not even say anything, and their lives be changed like that.
Yeah. Well, just like what you spoke on tonight, sometimes the people that know you, they won't receive that.
Yeah.
But they'll hear it from somebody else, and it automatically it's like, oh, light bulb. It's like, that's the same thing that I said.
Right.
Yeah.
But it just comes different when it's from somebody,
Right.
that maybe not be your sister or your friend or, whatever. So
Now it's up to you to not get in your flesh and get,
yes.
Right.
be like,
Yes.
what was wrong with me that you wouldn't
right.
listen to me
Right,
when I said
Right.
that.
Just rejoice that
Yes.
God got to him.
Exactly.
Like, man, he's changing their life.
Right. I mean, we're all one.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep.
Baby, you got anything?
No. I don't talk much.
I know.
I
Yep.
just sit back and listen.
Just sit there and look pretty.
Have you got your anniversary gift yet?
No. He told me about it before church started, and then I felt horrible because I was like, okay, church, hurry up and get over.
Oh, snap.
And then,
Hey, I want to sped things up if I don't want to know.
and then we're doing this, and then
Yeah.
I still haven't seen it or
Dang.
got it. Or
Well, we definitely don't know what it is.
And Mikey does know what it is. He's probably known about it for months
probably
or
has.
whatever. And then
He's
Adriana
known
knows.
about it exactly
Wait,
an hour.
Yeah.
Adriana's known about it?
She knows about. She got told today after morning service apparently, and did not tell me.
Nice.
What'd she say?
Jamie knows too.
I just found out like 30
Oh,
minutes
so,
ago.
did you see the betrayal
I
in
even
her eyes?
asked her today at church. I was like, "Do you know?" She's like, "No, I don't know."
I didn't know then.
No,
She's
we
like,
just
I didn't
found out.
lie.
I would have told you if I'd have known. I was like,
I
"That's probably
did.
why they don't."
That's probably why they
didn't
don't tell you.
Man, you messed up.
He just told us on like right before we left to come here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we really didn't know this morning, but I know
I
now.
can't believe you didn't know like last month.
Oh no, I didn't.
The last minute gift?
Yep. Yep.
Oh, so because see, yesterday I asked him. I was like, "So are we going to get presents, or are we just going to use the money that for ourselves?" Oh no, just the money's going to be our present. Okay. And then he tells me this morning or today, "We're going to go get your anniversary present."
It's a couple's gift.
It's
It ain't
It's
Not a-
pots and pans.
not a
kidding.
couple's gift.
got her
It's a
new
picture
Got
frame.
her a new mop.
Right. Right.
I'm gonna hit him upside the head with it.
Yeah, that's right.
I do want a new mop. I asked for a robe for my
Hint,
birthday.
Yep. Yeah, it's like like 10 days. It's
Yeah.
10 days from today.
I said I want a robe.
Y'all
36.
should get his and hers robes. It'd be a couple's.
It's
Oh,
my
snap.
birthday.
It ain't all about you.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
It's my birthday.
Literally.
It's not his birthday.
I don't want it to be my birthday.
I was thinking
anymore.
today what I could get Mike for Jamie's birthday.
Oh,
And
See,
I
I
that
like
sounds
That's
about
what
right.
I'm talking about right there. Yes. Yes. MVP type stuff right there.
Oh my
Well, I am your
gosh.
yes man, according to your
Yes.
wife. So
He is.
it's not.
Yes,
true.
Mikey.
Yeah,
you
we
can
go
do anything
shopping.
you want. You put your mind to.
He gives
I
me more
don't
crap than
sound like
anybody
that. Why
in my
does-
life. Like, I don't know.
Why does nobody know what I sound like? It's
That's
either
what you-
or I don't know what that even was.
How's it go?
Yes, Mikey.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not sound
Mikey
like
likes
that.
it.
Stop. That's your wife right there.
I give you more crap than him.
I talk to him more often, so probably not.
Well, when I talk to him, I don't say yes.
I don't eat. Wow.
Like hardly ever. It doesn't. It could be. Oh, it could be just the greatest thing in the world. Think, I don't know about that.
Babe,
Really?
we are going to get in this aircraft and we're going to fly somewhere and then we're going to like solve world hunger. And I'd be like, no.
She'd be like, oh,
How about we just get groceries in our house? And
right, right.
Solve my hunger. That would be great.
Yeah, exactly. And then the next day she'll have the same idea. Like, babe, what about this? This sounds great. I'm like, that's the same thing that I. No, it ain't. Okay.
whatever.
Okay. Yeah, whatever.
No.
Body cam. I'm telling you, I'm gonna start wearing one.
I need one.
Yep.
My memory does not support an argument.
You're like,
I
Why
know
are we
you
mad?
did that. Never mind.
I can't
Oh
remember.
yeah,
so
he hollers at me all the time about how I told you this. I told you this. Nuh-uh.
Yes, I do.
He don't tell me nothing. He tells Mikey, and then he's like, "Oh, I thought I told you, but I guess it was
No.
Mikey."
It was.
They're coming for me.
100% believe that. He told him.
Yeah, we go shopping for the kids, and he's like, "Ooh, look, Mikey would like this. Let's get this for Mikey."
that's what I'm
That's
talking about.
so
That's a good friend.
embarrassing.
That is
That's so-
that's a brotherhood. That's
That's
what that
right.
is.
That's so cringe.
That's because I love my brother.
That's right. So y'all are haters, is what you're saying.
Yes,
what
yes,
I'm
we
hearing.
are.
Haters gonna hate.
Yes.
I think you should not take her to go get her present.
I think you're probably talking me out of it. I'm thinking that's probably a good idea.
Haters, man.
If y'all come up missing,
Oh,
Me and Jamie did not do it.
Right. It definitely wasn't.
Podcast official.
Right.
That's so funny.
There was proof.
Y'all got anything else?
Nope.
No. No, we're done picking on you, I guess.
Oh, gee, thanks.
We'll never be invited back.
I know.
Yep, last
Even though it's in my
episode.
house. I'll knock on the door.
Let me in.
Hello. I know you're in there.
Just put the microphone to the bottom of the door. I'll talk through the threshold.
All right. Thanks for joining us today. If you do not have a home church, please come see us at Remnant here in Malden, Missouri, and please check us out on remnantmalden.com. Thanks a lot.